How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, guys. Of course, I'm Blue, and before we go in from the guys, I just want to say a few things. Of course, I'm sorry this is not a rating video, but a lot has gone on in this factions show. Actually, like, a lot's happening yesterday. I said I was going to be doing a raid video, but because of that, this basically happened. F top 1 left. Not because they got raided, but because they abused. You will find out more into it, guys. Of course, I will be telling you everything that happened in the past few days. And then from there, we'll actually... I don't know what I'll do after that, but we will be doing a few things, guys. But with that all being said, guys, let's go into the key opening. Of course, we're going to go for a Reaper key, of course. What do you want to click? What do you want to click? This one. There we go. Of course, these are always random, guys. Hopefully we can get something good. I'm gonna hope for we get like the best thing in Fusion 2. If we get in Fusion 2, I will be super happy. It's an ultra rare, so let's see. We get 150k. We took an L, guys. Of course, money's not an issue. We got 3 mil right there in the bank, so I'm not worried about money at all. But let's get into reason why. Of course, on screen, I'll be showing a lot on screen of what's going on. So, of course, with this now, we're going to go back a few days to my last video, guys. Of course, as you can see on screen now, we have a screenshot from the video. This video shows Varsity's balance and their spawners. As you can see, they had a lot of iron golems because they spent $1,000 IRL to try to become on top. From there, guys, what they did was they basically asked staff to basically change out the spawners instead of IGs to give them Enderman. So they did that. They gave them Enderman, but they did not take out of the IGs, guys. So with that now being put on the table, that was the first flaw with their faction. They had double the amount and they were basically right above us. Of course, our faction was going really fast. We're grinding. We're doing all this stuff. We still have a lot of money. We're 2. So, guys, of course, my thing just got cut out. Of course, I was recording my whole episode and turns out I lost a lot of it. That stinks. But let's go back into what I was talking about, guys. We were talking about how they basically doubled in F-top value, which makes no sense. They should have got their spawners taken away. But now let's go on to the next part of this video because I really don't know where I kind of know where I left off here. So... what happened was we were raiding this morning, Saturday, oh wait, what was it? Sunday morning, sorry guys, I'm messing up my days. And basically what happened is when we were raiding, we noticed that they had an nether portal on their claims. And the thing is, this server is not, it doesn't have nether portals. Of course, we don't have a nether, we don't have anything, but they got a nether portal. And I don't know how they did it, but they had a nether portal in their claims, and they had a way to get into the nether. Of course, not the flat nether, but the real nether, guys. And of course, it had blaze spawners, infinite. It was an infinite nether, so it had infinite blaze spawners. And also on top of that, guys, it had withers. And of course, if you don't know what a wither is for, a wither is basically a mob boss that can break almost every single block in the game, even bedrock sometimes. It may take a long time though, but basically they had a way to get withers. And of course, it doesn't work in the overworld, but it does work in the end. And if your base was in the end, it was very possible that you could have got withered into by Varsity. So that is the number 2, guys, that happened. Of course, they had both of these, and of course, Fat basically showed off what they were doing, and this was wrong. And as their punishment, because they paid $1,000 on the server, that we're gonna have to get all their Endermen taken away. Either way, they deserve to get all their Endermen taken away. It was not right what the server did with that. I understand it was an accident, but still, it was that big of an accident that it basically made us grind to the point where we were at $5.4 billion, and they were at 5.9 when we left off. I think around. Actually, no, they were at 3.9, guys. We got a mil overnight. We really grind out, but. Putting this all on the table now, guys, I will be showing on screen basically them losing all their F-top value. Like, I basically recorded and it dropped down. It just dropped from 3.9 billion to 500k. And basically what happened after that point was the server, they basically at that point was like, you know what, we're not going to play anymore. They basically left the server. They took down all the spawners. They sold them on Age for dirt cheap. And then they just basically left. And of course, now that you put that on the table, they basically left and they charged back. So because of them charging back, the server lost all grand. And also at the same time, we all knew that they were going to charge back. I tried to warn the server owner that they should not keep the same account. Of course, the way to bypass the whole chargeback thing is by getting an account. They buy the item, the money goes onto the account, and then from there they move all the money off, and then they delete that account. And I honestly expected them to charge back, even if they were going to win, and this is honestly true, they were going to do this. If they won, they would have charged back after they got the money, and then from there the server would have been screwed. And I honestly feel bad, because that is wrong, that is scamming, that is terrible, and they did not deserve to be on the server at all. And I'm happy that Varsity is gone. I'm sorry about the players in Varsity. I know not all of you guys are bad, but there's a few guys that I despise. That was totally wrong of you guys to do that. I understand that you guys are playing Minecraft, but play fair, honestly, because we got to this, like, this number, and we're really grinding, guys. Of course, I will be showing you guys the base in a second to show you why we have this much money. And now that you understand why, this is basically why Varsity got kicked off the server. No one wanted them here because of the fact what they did. Of course, now you understand. I'm not even going to talk anymore about them. Let's actually go to the base and I'll show you guys a few things. So guys, we're at the base and I want to just show you guys, of course I will be showing you this later, but I want to show you guys the spawners. I hope you guys can pick this up right now. I really do hope. This makes so much money, guys. This is the biggest grinder I've ever seen on factions, unless you're talking about like Archon. This is 2,000 Enderman spawners, guys. If you could tell, this is the biggest I've ever seen on a server, guys. We are purely grinding out. There is 20 per pillar, and we have at least 100 pillars, at least. So that's the Enderman grinder, guys. Of course, that is pretty amazing that our faction did that. But of course, we're gonna come back and we're gonna turn around and we have our Enderman grinder, of course, guys, as big as our actual nether. And of course, if we come down here, you can tell we kind of have not been using them to the fullest of their capability, but they are still working pretty well. So this is pretty funny. I didn't even know this. We didn't put down the lava, but they're all getting eventually pushed into the lava and dying because of how packed this thing is getting. Look at that. Look how much it drops. Okay, let's watch. Let's just watch really quick. How much does it drop? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4. So they basically drop loads and loads, guys. Let's actually check. Did they sell? Did they sell? Let's see. Yeah, no, they didn't sell. As you can tell, these things get filled. Actually, wait, did they? I don't even know if they sold it or not recently. They probably do, because we sell really rapid fire, guys. But I'm gonna now go and show you what is actually the details of the base. This is the center of the base, guys, and as you can tell, it's a pretty pretty beautiful base. I gotta say, this is a pretty fat base, if you know what I mean. No, but in all seriousness, guys, this base is pretty amazing. Of course, the interior is not done. This is the part that I'm talking about. All the outside needs to be done. There's still a lot to be left. I hope we can finish it. I'm gonna try to finish it off for you guys if no one else does. I really want to do an amazing edit for this interior. So now that you put that on the table, guys, I'm going to show you guys the exterior of this base. If you haven't already seen it, if you're an enemy, of course you probably have. Trying to check out our base, being like, can we raid them? Can we raid them? But I think, honestly, in my opinion, guys, that this is the most protected base on the server. Of course, it's a 10 by 10, so it's a ginormous base. As you can tell, this is the base. I am not going to show what's on the base because I don't know if I want to yet. Oh, maximum height, there we go. Yeah, so that basically you guys can get an understanding of what's on the base. I'm not gonna show it though, because I am not about that life. But everything that's not black is a sand wall, guys. If you see something that's not the color black is usually filters. As you can tell, the obby is filters, but the black is regular walls. But of course, this is an amazing base, guys, and of course we have all of our walls that are basically gravel, sand, and everything. And then we have our last amazing base design. I gotta say, I love this base. Then we got our check boxes for our check pillars. Oh my gosh, guys, this is an amazing base. I am so happy to be a part of that. And honestly, everybody on the server should be scared, because I don't think you guys can raid this base. Honestly, you're gonna have hours and hours and hours to take. It took a faction literally this morning, they tried to raid us today, 2 hours to raid us. Of course, I am lagging. I hope that the server is doing okay, but oh no, what say what okay, so let's actually see. I'm gonna see if I can find the raid hole, see where they actually tried canning us from F map. Of course, this is all the side of, what side was this? Okay, so I don't think it was this side, but I'm just quickly check. Nope, it wasn't this side. It was the other side that they tried raiding us, and I heard what they told me is it was 2 hours of raiding before we caught them. And the thing is, they didn't pass our cobble walls. Of course, not these, but the walls after. I think around the end. No, not end. I'm gonna say not the end. I think it was the, what part was it? It was right near the sand wall. It was like there was something going on, and it was basically messing them up. But as you can tell on screen, I think we fixed it. We could have fixed it. I have no clue where this thing could have been, but let's see. Is it over here, or did we just fully, like, did I take it down and everything? We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think, yep, there it is. There's their cannon right there. Their amazing small little cannon. I think they still have their cannon inside, but they couldn't get in. As you can tell, right here is where they blasted through our wall. So let's see how far they could get, guys, and then I'm gonna wrap this video off here. So this is their amazing cannon that they so-called can do so much damage, which, guys, so I'm gonna say they got through. Oh, look, so they didn't even get past our cobble walls right there, guys. That's where they ended off. So as you tell, they basically didn't even get past their cobble walls, and they were building that cannon, I think, for an hour and a half, and then they tried raiding us, and then this is what happened. They barely even got anywhere. They got this far in the base. How many walls was this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 walls in 2 hours. I'm gonna laugh at that. That was pretty funny that they didn't get anywhere. They didn't even get to the one part that I was hoping they got to, which is right here. And it basically messes up their walls. Of course, somebody actually messed up and put, what? This needs to be fixed. These two need to be fixed. I just noticed that somebody actually put a walls there. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be like this, just to mess up the cannon a little bit. But guys, I'm gonna say this is the end of the actual video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Of course, I'm Blue. Before we go any further, actually, guys, you guys know the 3. I'm invisible. Scratch that like button, guys. Tell in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you haven't, guys. Of course, now it is. I'm Blue. Stay true, and I'll see you guys later.